Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Shri Satyavara Dugdhabdhe Ruttita Jagatitale Sudha Shri Satya Dharmakhya Pavayet Smaratas Sataha. Good afternoon, everyone. Today I am bringing a small story in this Sunday's special episode to make us realize that the creation what God has done is really perfect. We always have one or the other complaints on this creation that it should not have been like this, it should have been better. I would have created it like better than what it is now. But we don't understand that what God has created, what has been there is in the perfect order. There is a small story. There was a passerby who was traveling from one place to another place. In those days, the transportation was by walk. There was no other means. So he was walking on the road, and at a place he was tired. Thought of getting some shade. He went to a tree there. He was lying down the tree. He ate his meals what he had brought, and there was a cool breeze swinging on, so he fell asleep. While sleeping, he saw the tree. It was a tree with some beautiful berries. There was a huge field where he was sleeping. There some big melons were grown. He just gave a thought, how foolish the God is. So small berries are there which are grown on this huge tree, and the melons which are fairly good in size, they are grown on the land. Had I been the God, he said, I would have given a place for these large melons on the tree, and berries I would have grown on the land. Saying this, he fell asleep. A few minutes later, a berry fell on his head. It fell on his head, and he woke up and saw what happened. A berry just fell. He just removed it and was sleeping again, and gave it a second thought. He said, had this melon been grown there on the tree, had that fallen on my head, my head would have been fractured. I'd not be alive to give it a second thought at all. He said, God, your creation is really perfect. This tells us that we always lack the vision to envisage the beauty of the creation what God has done. We really do not know the purpose behind why that thing is put in that place. We just have the nature of complaining. But the nature actually is really perfect because the God has created it. Look at our body. If out of 32 some 4 teeth were outside, how would we look? How ugly would we look if all the blood and flesh that is in our body did not get this covering of skin? If all was open up, how would we look? What would have been our situation at that time? Have we given any application to God to create our body like this? Like, have we given a scale that my nose and my teeth have to be this much far apart? Have we given something? No. It's His sheer kindness out of which He has given this. Then what right do we have to complain about the nature? And the same we have to think everywhere. If something bad is happening to us, think that it is just the foreworld of something good that's going to happen. Don't you think that if Pandavas have got so much fame, so much popularity, it's just because of the evil things done by Kauravas? The God or the godly forces get such a devotion or such a power because the evil forces exist? Of course, that's their nature. That's what I'm telling. The nature of everything, of everyone, is created by God, and that's perfect. Dravyam karma cha kalascha svabhavo jiva eva cha yadanugrahatas santi na santi yadupekshaya. The Shastras say that everything is controlled by Him and everything is put in the place for a purpose. So whatever is happening, we may not understand right now the purpose of that, but there is a purpose behind everything. So friends, let us stop complaining about the nature, about the things going around us. Let us try to build a vision where we can see that how God or why God has done this, how perfect the God has created this. If we develop that, then we would have true devotion in our Creator. With this beautiful message, I request everyone to share this to your friends if you have liked. I'll bring one more beautiful Subhashita tomorrow. Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Shri Ram.